Hey guys, I'm Leo Mendez and today I have a new video. I got on my mesa de prueba the OB-4 from Teenage Engineering. And today we're not gonna say that it's an amazing Bluetooth speaker. Also, we're not gonna focus that it's an amazing FM radio and sounds spectacular. Because this video is not a review. On the OB-4, we have some tools and some sketches of what could be the future of instruments. And that's what I really want to talk about. So, if you want to learn more, acompáñenme a ver el siguiente video. Every time I talk about the OP1 on my Spanish-speaking channel, I've mentioned that the included radio is one of the most interesting part of this amazing musical tool. On the comment section of these videos, some people find a little bit funny that I focus so much on the OP1 radio, because it's a musical machine that almost does everything and it's kind of pricey. But I want to remind you that it was in the radio broadcast where the world of synthesis began to be explored. Oscillators, amplifiers, AM, FM synthesis, bandwidth, all these kind of things were born specifically for these incredible advances. And that's why I find so much excitement in a simple radio. This OB-4 has a lot of tools that we will surely see in the next generation of synthesizers. And this is the main topic of the video today. When the OB-4 was launched, they used the words magic radio, and magic is so related with surprise, with the things that are not visible. A really interesting detail in the future of synths is having displays that are not apparent. In forums nowadays, there are a ton of discussions of why the OPC doesn't have a screen, being that the OP1 has a spectacular graphical system. And perhaps in this OB-4, we're seeing the new screens that the brand will use in the next generation of products. Not visible. When you turn on the OB-4, like magic, appears a small screen that was always there. Now let's imagine how this advance can save space in the panel of synthesizers. For example, the same panel can be used to make an LFO, to make an amplifier, an oscillator, and a hidden display could tell us the values and the modes that we are in the moment. For example, when we are in the radio mode, we can see the changes of the stations. If we want to go back to the previous station, we need to press input and play. Even if this sounds so simple, a hidden display can show us the necessary information at the right time without being so in your face. Getting back to the OP1, and in order to use the radio function, it's necessary to add a small antenna. I'm quoting Dieter Rams, "Good design must be innovative." On the OB-4, we can see inspiration of these small belts and handles from classic boombox and radios of the 40s and 50s. And it's right here where we find the hidden antenna of the OB-4. This small cable is placed pretty easily on the handle and then is connected to the sides. And this transverse handle serves precisely as an antenna. And this makes me wonder of a lot of applications that some future synthesizers could have. For example, when you tilt the OB-4, it shows the battery status. But let's imagine all the mechanical application that this could trigger. A guitar float voice, an expression pedal, a lever for a filter, it's just amazing. And of course, this OB-4 might have an internal accelerometer, but for us, feels like magic. Surely, you have heard that many devices that we have now are continuously recording us. I'm talking about cameras, smartphones, electrical appliances, and so on. How many times has it happened to you that you're jamming with your synths, you create something amazing, and you forget to hit record? The synths of the future will have internal recorders that will be constantly capturing, and you will be able to reach that buffer of information, download it, and use that amazing section. Getting back to the OB-4, this marble records the source is playing for 2 hours. It can be the line input, the Bluetooth source, and also the radio. This small motorized knob is known as tape, and we can use it to interact with those moments that were recorded on the OB-4 even without notice. For example, here we have the radio as a source, and we're going to listen to what happened a few seconds or minutes ago.
Gudiño estaba, no sé si era buena jugada de Rodrigo Aguirre, que se anima a disparar. Le quitaron muy bien, apareció Guayala para quitarle el esférico y bueno, pues se perdió la oportunidad. Viene de... El esférico.
And if you miss your favorite team play, you can go back in time and listen to it again. And every day, I use a similar application capturing gameplay, kills, or funny moments while I'm gaming. And even if the game is pretty boring, I can play it at a higher speed. All I have to do is press the input key and move the volume knob.
De peligro, lo que va del partido viene por la misma vía, un derechazo de larga distancia. En el primer tiempo fue Aquino y en esta oportunidad fue el Chaca y de nuevo
So surely in the future, the synthesizers will also be recorders of happy accidents. And this same function can be used to generate loops. Now we're going to connect the OPC to the line input of the OB-4. As soon as we connect it, we realize that the recording starts, and we can see how the tape knob starts to move. Now let's bring up the volume and we're going to listen to the beat generated in the OPC. To capture a loop, we must press the input and play button for as long as we want our loop to last. The moving bar is an indicator of the length of the loop. If we press the input button and move the volume knob, we can subdivide the length of the loop. And as we can see, this tape knob is pretty interesting and could work in different types of synthesizers. Let's imagine an LFO like this or a virtual turntable, and we can also do that. Let's generate some scratches with this knob. The last mode I think is fantastic and we will surely see in the future of synths is the disc mode. In this mode, we have amazing things like mantras, also a metronome, and the ambient mode. In the ambient mode, we can generate ever-evolving textures pretty easily, and this is fantastic. Now, the OPC is connected again, and I'm going to start to jam using this function. When you catalog the OB-4 as a simple Bluetooth speaker, is that simplistic, and surely it's much more than that, but it might not be a musical instrument yet. Perhaps we're far from being able to touch these type of advances in the synthesizers of Teenage Engineering or any other brand. And surely this is the first glimpse of how the synths of the future will look, and I'm pretty happy to say it's gonna be just like magic. I'm Leo Mendez, and see you in the next one.